The civilized males we see in the Atheism Plus community give us but an incomplete picture of males' true gender character. This film shows actual shots of Vancouver, British Columbia. It shows us males as they really look, balls inexplicably intact, before concealing themselves in the cesspit of the men's rights movement. The male is the demon behind the corruption of mankind, and these pictures show it. Men, half the population, but all of the problem. Men whose degenerate art and pornography distracts from pure, wholesome, life-affirming entertainment, such as Eat, Pray, Love, Menzies Blood Painting, and the Scum Manifesto. Males, dudes, testosterone poison failed women doomed to a life of rape and depravity, drunk on their own privilege, including those males who do dangerous minimum wage shit work, who talk out of turn when downtrodden, educated, middle-class white women out to get a drink, discuss their oppression, and compare shoes. Left to their own vile, base urges, males unrestrained by female hypoagency, shaming tactics, shit tests, and constructive contempt may congregate and, mistakenly convinced of their own status as human beings, produce vile, women-hating propaganda like this. You don't fear and hate African Americans, do you? Of course not, because you are a decent human being. You don't fear and hate Jews, do you? Of course not, because you are a decent human being. You don't fear and hate gays, do you? Of course not, because you are a decent human being. You don't fear and hate lesbians, do you? Of course not, because you are a decent human being. You don't fear and hate women, do you? Of course not, because you are a decent human being. You don't fear and hate men, do you? Do you? This vile, misogynistic, and bigoted propaganda was posted on a construction hoarding through the duplicitous tactic of asking permission. It included the URL and QR code for a voice for men, where potentially unenlightened members of the general public might access information unvetted by the Atheism Plus Ministry of Truth, Internet Advisory Council, Greater Good Division, an outrage against the greater good that Free Thought Blogs and Atheism Plus work tirelessly to promote, at great personal sacrifice. Fortunately, a crack squadron of Atheism Plus mini-true flying monkeys were scrambled to ensure that truth, justice, and a narrowly defined hermeneutics and social constructivist gender-based view of history could prevail.
You guys come to your senses, become reasonable.
Become reasonable?
Yeah. So, I'm glad you're getting my picture. You can also get it off the website of Voice for Men. The address is on these posters.
I prefer you didn't talk to me because you hate women. Thank you.
Well, please don't project imputations of malice on me.
I haven't said anything about you except please don't talk to me. I would like you to respect.
Under the direction of Uber-Gruppenführer and junior anti-sex league leader Creepy Bitter Girl, the well-trained Atheism Plus winged primates went to work with box cutters, removing the offending pornographic, racist, sexist, misogynistic, cisgendered hate posters, working diligently despite having no previous experience in tool use, manual labor, or finishing anything they ever started. On an Atheism Plus message board, poster Cetar recounted the epic struggle against one guy putting up posters. If any of you are paying attention to what our enemies are saying at that odious cesspit known as a Voice for Men, you might have noticed a new post today about police cowardice in Vancouver, after John the Other had his propaganda ripped down by the local Femistasi. I was there, on the side of the Femistasi, and I am happy to report that I may have actually flipped him off. He'd be more likely to be the vocal one running around bloviating about free speech, right? Edit. Looked back in the Pharangula archives, found the videos. I flipped off John the Other today and helped to rip his posters down. Grin, jumps up and down super excitedly and happily. The successful diversity mission even garnered the attention of vblogger and known labia trader Girl Writes What, who is too steeped in the tyranny of phallocentric critical thinking to appreciate the compelling force of the Atheism Plus's moral argument.
Okay. Here's how I know for sure that we are dealing with people who are completely irrational and fucked in the head. Is that guy just said that John not letting them, John interfering with them, tearing down his posters, was violating their free speech. Right? So they think that them being able to censor people is them exercising free speech. Up is down, right? Black is white, outside is inside, you know, left is right, and censorship now equals free speech. This is who we're dealing with.
Truly, a red-letter day for the forces of freedom, diversity, and willful illiteracy exemplified by the best and brightest of Atheism Plus. Through their example, we can state with pride that it's not just good enough to harass, threaten, and silence people on the internet. No, if you want a better world, you have to go out and harass, threaten, and silence people in the real world. And do it while waving around box cutters. And then run away.
I'd like you all guys to hang around, please, and talk to my friend here. Because
do we want one person? Does one person?
No, I think you should all come on back, guys. Well,
you're ridiculous.